If you're a fan of a struggling NFL team like me, you can't wait for the bye week to finally arrive. Maybe it's an extra week of rest and help for the injured players on your team, or possibly you're hoping it's an opportunity to replace your coach. At that point, maybe you can move in a new direction and possibly have better success. If you play fantasy football, how you manage the string of bye weeks affecting your squad may make or break your season. And when you hear many actual players in the NFL discuss those bye weeks, it's obvious that they've circled it on their calendars the second the league schedule is published. And it sits there, out in the future, seemingly as an opportunity for them to catch a second wind. Hey everybody, it's Ed the Trainer, and that's what we'll talk about this week on Tips on Tuesday. Whether you follow football, fantasy, or otherwise, you know, as I mentioned, it's a long season, and the players often struggle with lingering injuries. Sometimes a choice is made to work through it, to play on and do the best the player possibly can, and try to make it all the way through the bye week. Other times, recovery schedules are designed, both by the player and the team, to incorporate the extra time off. Unlike the fantasy football world, where the bye weeks mean that you're finding weekly replacements in hopes that those players can hold you over, the real players and their teams need to consider both the short and long-term prognosis. And this is not much different when it comes to our worlds either. Many of us are working through injuries, physical or otherwise, and never take sufficient time enough to recover. The pressures of our lives are real and very personal. We get up, we do our thing because maybe we feel like we don't have any time to recuperate. Maybe we feel like we can't afford it. But I wonder, what's the cost of doing nothing, short and long term? And of course, I'm not just speaking monetarily. Now, many of us live for the weekend, right? But by the time it's over, often we're more exhausted than we were, and we return to the grind with less energy and drive week after week. Certainly, that's an opportunity that some of us could treat a little differently. But I know, in particular, with kiddos in tow, oftentimes weekends can be busier than the regular week. But we all need a bye week of sorts, even if it's just a few hours. Or maybe, if you're lucky enough, an entire day. Regularly schedule something just for you to recharge your batteries, to re-energize, or heaven forbid, maybe you're able to take a moment and pat yourself on the back. Plan it and circle it on your calendars so you have something to strive for, to look forward to yourself. Don't just plan to take some time when you can. Make it the plan. Take your opportunities regularly to get your second wind. So when you have the chance, what do you like to do to re-energize? For me, I enjoy driving out in the scenic roads, the countryside. It definitely brings me back to some sort of center. Tell me what does it for you in the comments section below, and we'll randomly choose one of your comments for a special surprise this week. Guys, thanks so much for spending some time with me today, everybody. I really, really appreciate your tuning in. I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you soon.